Hi, everybody. Welcome to AITA Pod. I'm Danny Vega, joined by returning guest Tori Piskin, the ginger Cinderella of our time.
Thank you. So excited to be back here and, read. Well, you do the reading, but I'm excited to listen. It's like school again.
We love to have a dyslexic guest. And the first time on the show, very talented stand-up comedian, longtime friend, Fumi Abe.
What up, welcome. What up? Thanks for having me.
Guys, this has been we're recording here in the morning. It's been a good morn.
Yeah, 10 a.m. That's an early pod.
You guys were down.
Yeah, I'm old now. I wake up really early. So
I go to bed early, wake up early.
Yeah, I wake up at like 6:30.
6:30.
Yeah, when do you wake up?
6:30?
I just naturally wake up.
No, I get sleep all day.
No, I mean, I
don't.
could sleep all day.
I get up I need like in 9 hours of sleep.
Really?
Yeah, well, girls need more sleep than men.
Is that true?
We're not.
Yes.
This is not scientific advice. But go
No,
on.
this is scientific advice. Because women's hormones are constantly changing throughout the month, and men's hormones don't change.
Is that? Do you
I've
think that?
never heard of
Do you think that
That's
impacts
a diet. That's a thing.
Do you think that impacts a woman's dynamics at the workplace? Because you're saying that they lack an hour of sleep every day? Because 8 is what we go by.
Well, I don't know if they're smart. They've done some research.
Sleepy Tori.
Well, there's certain parts of the month where you're more awake. You're like, when you're ovulating, you're like, oh my God, I'm awake. Because you're like, your body's telling you you're fertile. You're like, I need to be with someone. But then like if you're not, after that, you get really tired.
Interesting.
Yeah. Estrogen, all that shit.
Shouts to estrogen.
We love to hear it. Well, I hope all the ladies out there are getting plenty of sleep. Me, not sleeping super well this week. I have pretty much recovered from my surgery. I was getting excited. I started doing my long walks. I walked to work and everything. And I was pet sitting. And a great cat. Great cat.
Uh-oh.
And so I fed the cat. And then I was on my one wheel, which is like an electric skateboard with one wheel.
Yeah.
Fumi knows that. And go out and I'm crossing a crosswalk. It's rainy and it's night. And you guys know LA drivers can't drive. They can't drive already.
Oh, this is like 2 days ago.
This is 2 days ago. I crossed the crosswalk and this girl is making a right turn and she hit me with her car. So I got hit with a car.
Who was in the wrong?
She was making a right against red.
And you were just crossing.
I was crossing on the walk sign.
You were like crossing like this with her scooter or on it?
No, I was on my skateboard on my one wheel. And so she was looking left to make sure that traffic coming her way didn't hit her, but she wasn't looking forward. Classic driving error. You do actually want to look the way you're going.
Because in LA, nobody's really walking.
Both ways.
No one's really walking.
Yeah.
So she clips me.
Hard.
I think about 5 miles an hour, but
Still,
getting hit with a car at that speed is not
Did you
great.
fall? So you fall down?
I fell off. I don't remember the impact.
Tori, he stood still and the car exploded.
I hit the car. And so she right away lowers her window. She's like, I'm so sorry. Oh my God. And I was like, you need to pull over right now.
Oh, good of you.
So she kind of speeds to
Sorry,
pull.
what type of car?
I don't know, like a SUV.
Oh, okay, big car.
Yeah, bigger car.
Okay.
Wait, she was gonna try to leave?
It seemed for a second she was trying to leave, and so I was like memorizing her license plate really fast. But she pulled right over, and I gotta give her so much credit. This girl said every right thing. She got out of the car and she was like, I'm so sorry. That was 100% my fault. And I was like, this is very serious. And I saw her side. Right away it clicked with me. I was like, I totally understand, but like this is everybody's city. The walkers, the bikers, the one wheels.
You lectured her?
Yeah, I mansplained.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
With like a broken shin or whatever you had?
Yeah, I mean, it was soft tissue damage. I mean, she basically hit my upper thigh with the car. It was a pretty big bruise if you guys want to see.
You said this is everybody's city. And then she was like,
that's what I said. She was like, it is, and it was my bad. And I was like, I could call the police right now. You could have killed someone. She's like, I could have.
How old is this woman that you're lecturing?
I would say mid-20s.
Oh, yeah.
And
go off, Danny, go off.
Everything. She's just like, you're right. I could have killed someone. You're right. It was a huge mistake.
Then you fucked after?
And it's funny that you say that. We'll come back to that. So anyway, she's just saying yes to everything. She's like, 100% my fault. And I was like, all right, well, I'm going to take your number and take your plates, but I think this is going to blow over. And I texted her and I wrote out what happened in case there's a lawsuit, I'm literally writing it out. She literally responds, yep, that's what happened. It was 100% my fault.
Wow.
And I was
shouldn't
like,
be saying that, but
easiest lawsuit of all time. Well, dude, it kind of disarmed me because I was like, I'm like, it's a pain in the ass. I don't want to fill out a bunch of forms. Like, I'm living life, baby.
Right.
And so anyway, I've told this story. I told the story at work. I told, like, almost everyone's like, you should ask her out.
Well, was she cute?
Was she
She was cute.
Is she single?
I mean,
it's kind of a cute.
I didn't ask that. So you hit me with the car. What's your marital status?
But do you think?
Go look her up.
Yeah, did you
You
look
have her
her
name?
I
up?
only have her first name and her.
You didn't take a picture of her license?
Yeah, I didn't take a picture of her license.
Gotta, dude.
I
I mean,
He was
because
too
your
busy
insurance
lecturing her.
is gonna ask for it probably.
I didn't invoke
How do you even?
insurance. I didn't see
Who's
a
paying for your
doctor.
medical stuff? Her insurance?
There's no medical stuff.
You just
There's
limping.
no medical stuff,
No, she clipped me in the thigh.
bro. You gotta sue. This is what we do here in America.
If she's
no?
not going to ask you out, then,
I mean, didn't
I'm sorry if you're not going to go
your
out
friend
with her.
kept, right?
Sue her?
She sued.
Yeah,
and got a lot of money.
But she got like hit. The whole car was. No, she didn't.
This is worse. It was just human flesh.
Yeah, this is bad.
Yeah,
Wait,
give me
you
a
really
little
need to
bruise.
get money.
Come on, there's so
I'm
many
no-
billboards. It's like, have you been injured by a
Dude.
car?
Yeah, you're like, this was what she wanted. She said the
wanted to
right
be
things
asked out?
because she wanted to not seduce you. She wanted to, what's the word? Sedate you.
Yeah, it works.
Because now you're not suing.
Were you at all getting a flirty vibe from her?
No, not really. She didn't say anything flirty. She's just like, "Yep, you're right, 100%."
She's done this before.
Dude,
she's too
she
good.
really was
She's
that
too
good.
good.
Or I was like, "Damn, all right, you're not like putting any resistance up. I can't even be mad at you right now."
Oh my God. Then you're getting played, bruh.
Well, you're the only two people have been like, you should see how much. I mean, I asked the
Money would be nice,
the
no?
internet, and it was
How
like,
much could you get? Yeah.
they said sometimes if I went to insurance, I could get like $2,000. They'll pay $2,000 to settle it and just like shut up. But like I had no medical evidence.
$2,000 or a nice relationship?
Wait, hold on. Did you
point.
did you go to a doctor?
No, I didn't go to a doctor.
Bro.
I was honestly like, dude, it's a bruise. I've fallen harder on my own.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. So who's the asshole?
I think she is.
But she was like the nicest asshole.
she really was.
She was an asshole, but
She
then
really
she-
was.
You know, she really, I don't know what the term
You
is.
don't
Wiped
feel
her
ever
ass or whatever.
scary driving on your wheeler thing?
So this was extenuating circumstance because like usually I'll never cross a car's path unless I make direct eye contact with the driver.
Yeah.
And I kind of thought I did. I wasn't sure because it was rainy and misty and I didn't have my wipes. I have like, what's that called? Like visor wipes.
You didn't have like an airline cone going, I'm coming.
Yeah, I know, right? Like orange. Yeah, and so I thought I looked at her, but I think I was actually looking at the back of her head. I couldn't really tell what I was looking at because it was like misty and it was night. And so, yeah, I mean, I think my new rule is I have ridden at night before, but I think I'm not going to ride when it's rainy at night.
yeah.
That's crazy. That's too many layers.
I got hit by a Tesla on a bird scooter
you
when I
did?
first moved here.
Oh my God.
But it wasn't like,
That's so
he was
similar.
going pretty slow. And
Like from the side, or how did it happen?
he just didn't stop at a stop sign like they never fucking do.
Yeah.
But he realized that I think the Tesla stopped itself before it but it did
Wow.
the scooter did hit the car and it did scratch it, and then I got scared because I was like, oh, like am I gonna have to pay for this fucking Tesla? But then he was like freaking out because
Right.
he thought like, hitting a pedestrian is like the worst thing you can do as a car driver. I think pretty much if you hit a pedestrian, it's like 100% your fault all the time or whatever.
Yeah.
At least it is in New York or whatever. So he was freaking out, and I was just like, I remember like, this is the kind of fucking beta I am. He was like, are you okay? And I go, are you okay? Even though he hit me, And then I just went home, and then I was like, that was
Yeah.
good. But I wasn't hurt or anything like that. But
Yeah.
I mean, just like LA and drivers and just fucking awful. So that sucks that you went through that. But yeah, you should get your money for sure, man.
And yeah, get your rocks off. Flirt with her.
Do you think I should go for it?
100%.
It feels so gross to me. It feels like something I'd see on a meme account page. Where it's like men will never stop.
Yeah. But you're single. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
I know, but it
Single.
depends on like what kind of single guy you want to be. Like, are you like? I haven't hung out with you in like a long time. Like, I don't know what
Yeah.
your vibe as a man is.
Honestly, I'm
are
kind
you
of
like
freaking out. I'm really like not
Why?
horny recently. It's
Not
kinda
horny?
Not at all.
Oh, dude, because you're getting old,
Yeah.
bro. I don't even get morning wood anymore. It's fucking awesome.
Wait. How old are you? 34?
35.
And you're just not as horny anymore?
No.
awesome.
I'm actually kind of mad because like I was
Have
trying
you checked your levels?
No. I mean, I just got blood tests. All my blood's good. I got that good
But you
blood.
meant testosterone levels, like
Yeah, the testosterone.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if they test for testosterone.
No, you can
on
ask for it, but
standard
it's a scam. Don't
blood
do it.
panels.
Don't do it. Don't do it. It's a scam.
Yeah, I mean, I was annoyed. I like there's this hot girl, and I was like trying to fantasize about her. I was kind of like maybe and I couldn't do it. My brain just won't do
Are
it.
you on antidepressants?
No,
Nothing.
no.
When I was depressed, that was another thing. Is like I couldn't really get horny either. And I remember I played Pornhub in the background.
For hours?
I would just have like I would have like a tab of Pornhub playing
in the background. That's like weird.
Because I just like wanted to. I thought I could feel something, but then I was like, I would get bored, and I open up a tab, and I start like just like organizing my finances or something. But like Pornhub is playing. I couldn't feel anything. So maybe you're depressed.
No, I'm really happy.
All right.
I'm just not horny, and then that makes me feel kind of emasculated. I'm like, I should be horny.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I think that's a whole different discussion, but I don't think masculinity is defined by your sexual organs. You know?
No, I mean, I
your
think
podcast. And this is Joe Rogan. You're Joe Rogan it right now. That's manly.
Okay.
Yeah. All meat diet, whatever.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get testosterone shots if you want, but you're gonna lose your hair, so don't do it.
Okay. I like my.
All of my friends fell for this scam that's happening recently with
Really?
What
testosterone.
scam?
You have great hair. Like your hair.
It's not
No,
the
it's
color
for
of
horny.
the hair.
What's that?
What are you talking about?
Wait,
Well, no, I'm talking about male pattern baldness.
no, the
You got all your
testosterone
hair.
you're saying helped your friends because they wanted it. They wanted to be more horny.
What happens is
hair?
gyms test testosterone levels,
Yeah.
and then they prey on men who are like, they're so insecure about their masculinity. They feel like their testosterone level has to be at a certain level.
Yeah.
So then they go, oh, they do injections at gyms. Not a clinic, a fucking gym. So then my friends
I
are
ain't
getting
doing
it,
that.
right? And then it's high now. And they're like, I feel great. I'm getting boners again. Okay, I'm like, cool, whatever. But then it goes too high and then they're losing their hair. And then they're like, now
my
they're on like
God.
all the pills and stuff. And I'm like, it's just not worth it to like fuck with your hormones
No,
like that.
I won't mess with that.
Yeah,
I mean,
just,
it's
you
weird.
know.
It's changed how I interact with women because I'm just like, I don't have that like.
So you really want a personality?
Yeah.
Wasn't it nice that you're like finally respecting women? You know, does it feel good?
Yeah, well, it wasn't disrespectful. I just kind of am like, damn, it's just like, yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, it's a little bit of, yeah, I guess it was. It's
Remove
like
the
a
sex
little
out
bit
of it, yeah.
objectifying.
But it's so interesting because I'm feeling the low testosterone even from your voice. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now it feels a little
You're
unsettling.
pulling it like I love
Like he
little.
talks
Dr.
like
Fumi here.
He talks a little.
I feel like you always talk like this.
This is how I talk.
No, you have more vigor when we were younger, barking. I
Yeah,
think.
well,
Yeah.
I was very young then.
Yeah.
I was young and crazy. But anyway, so that's my. I mean, I was just hit by a fucking car, Fumi. Is that not enough for you? I got hit by a fucking car.
That's manly.
That's fucking
Yeah, that's
manly,
manly.
ladies.
Yeah.
And you know what? I might not be horny. I can still get it going.
I love how
I won't
you, like,
particularly do it.
You pulled a dad though on her. You just like fucking skull. I don't think
Yeah.
of it as mansplaining. I think of it as like you pulled the dad. Like, did you see what you did out there? Did you
That's
see what
funny.
you
You're
did
like
out there?
making
No,
her.
and-
She feels accountable
Yeah.
for it.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I always
Yes,
I always say
Daddy.
on this podcast, if you're in a conflict, you have an issue with someone, just try to stick to reporting, and that's basically what I've done.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. We
Like
need to do
that.
more of that.
I'm
We gotta
happy
do
you
more of
appreciate that.
I'm gonna do that in
And
my
so I
relationship.
just sent her a text saying like, this is what happened to me. This is the status of the injury. Like I sent her like 3 texts just being like, this is how much pain you caused me. And I did that just to be like, don't fucking forget it. Like you did this. And
What do you mean, like level of pain from 1 to 10?
Yeah, just like this is
No, because you're trying to make her a responsible driver, and she
That's
will
it.
be.
I
get it.
This
That's
probably.
this
I
is a
hope. Was
daddy
she
move you're
freaked out?
making.
yeah,
Good,
It is
because
a daddy
she needs
move.
to be. Yeah.
I'm a daddy,
Yeah.
and I am horny, ladies. That was a lie. See, I
you
do.
look
I feel
You
emasculated.
know, every time I see Danny,
Yeah.
Fumi, you don't know, but I always like really compliment Danny's.
Well, you've seen the fool
His
because
what?
you saw.
Physique.
I weighed 200 pounds. I was like muscular for a second, but I was kind of fat.
No,
More than I was
I think how
muscular.
you look. This is the best I've seen you.
Thank you.
Oh, like he's slim.
Yeah, I
He's
lost
slim
weight.
because at one point you were very muscular.
Yeah.
But then you were not. You were only toned in certain areas.
Yeah, I was chunky.
Were you doing like creatine and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you call it?
Creatine?
Creatine.
Oh, is it creatine?
Do you know my
I don't know
doctor?
what it is.
Wait, I actually went to.
You make it sound like a Louisiana thing. Creole tea.
Creatine.
It's like Cajun powder.
I went to the doctor and I told her about my I was like, oh, I'm tired, and she goes, take this, and you know I'm dyslexic, so I don't read labels, and I
Yeah.
just come home with it. I start making shakes, and Kai goes, my fiance is like, why do you have creatine? And I was like, oh, I don't know, what is it? My doctor told me it'll give me energy, and he's like, that's for like people like really working out.
Yeah.
And it didn't give me energy; it just made me like psycho anxiety. Like I was like
Really?
wired. Yeah.
Most women don't like it because you retain a lot more water.
Oh,
You get bloated.
You get bloated.
Yeah. But that's how you get bigger.
So that's my update.
Yeah.
Got hit by a car.
almost found the love of your life. We're not sure yet.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm like, because then I'm like, is that really how I'm gonna? I guess
know,
I
you'll
just
never
take
see
her
her
for
again.
coffee. Take her for coffee.
Yeah, take
Why
her.
not?
See what she
I'm gonna
says.
grab coffee.
But more importantly, does she find a guy on one of those scooters things attractive? That's the biggest.
No, I know. When there's a lot of tweets now roasting the one wheelers, which hurts.
And you
me
got a
more.
helmet. You got knee pads on.
No, I had everything on. I had knee pads, elbow pads,
in the
wrist
full
guards,
outfit, just scolding her.
motorcycle helmet.
Yeah, you can't ask her out, dude.
Don't ask her out.
I mean, she saw you like that.
Yeah,
you know,
she saw me like
in the
that.
monopod.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
You know, but you should look up her. I mean, you really should have gotten her last name, and like, if you could just do some Instagram stalking.
I'm sure if you look up the number and the first name, something will come up.
Yeah.
Come
Maybe I
on.
will.
Yeah, come on, stalk.
Stalk a little bit.
Stalk a
That's the
little
best
bit.
part of
Come
being
on.
single.
Yeah, she hit your body with a car.
Yeah.
That's
You're loud.
you made it sound like it was a move. You know,
Yeah.
she's like a kind of
She flirted with you. She came on to you, bro.
She knew what she was doing. Come on, she's being coy. Come on. But yeah, you were saying. I know you worded this funny. You're like, it's not my story. It's a story I heard.
Not my story, but like I thought it might be good for.
I love
so,
it.
But I don't. So because it's not my story, I don't know everybody's name. So I'm gonna like make some up, and also I gotta change the details just because I don't know what I don't want to give anything away.
Okay.
I also cannot say the name of the most important person in this thing, but
We'll call him Larry or whatever. Okay.
Basically, so I'm just gonna tell it from the point of view of the person that told me, but it's not
Okay.
my story, right? So basically, there's like a friend who lives in LA, and she has a boyfriend, and I don't know. I think maybe this person might be in finance or something like that, but like she's kind of higher up and was at a party, came in contact with, I cannot say this person's name, but huge musical icon. Everybody would know who this person is. Very old at this point. Our parents listen to
Okay,
this.
so we'll go with Adele just so we have someone to imagine.
But no, we gotta go.
older?
Billy Joel.
Like Bon Jovi vibes, like that, someone like that.
What about Celine Dion? Let's go Celine Dion.
No, but it has to be a man because it's a man. It's a man.
Bon Jovi. What's Bon Jovi? If love
Halfway
halfway. Okay,
there.
Bon
Yeah.
Jovi. Got
Like
it.
I'm talking like
Long hair, rocker energy.
but like probably like so old now. You know?
Okay.
Right? I don't know the
Ozzy
exact date.
Osbourne?
Like something. I'm not gonna tell you who
Okay.
it is.
We
but
can't tell who it is. So they're at a party and the rocker is there. The old rocker is there. Got it.
Some guy's there. It's a musician. I'm not gonna say it's a rocker or not, but anyways, they meet. They were kind of talking. This woman is a beautiful girl, very successful, and so he like kind of gets her contact information, and he was like, we should hang out sometime. And because she's like a civilian, she's like, oh my god, John Bon Jovi wants to hang out with me, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So she goes home and tells her boyfriend, and boyfriend's like, that's crazy. And then like John Bon Jovi starts like hitting her up, like, we should get coffee. So she's like, oh, he wants to get coffee with me. And so they go get coffee, but then it starts to happen a lot. And the boyfriend the whole time is like, hey, you've been hanging out with like Bon Jovi a lot. Like, I think he's trying to fuck you. And she's like, no. Like it's platonic. Like he just wants to hang. Like he's interested in me,
And this girl doesn't work in entertainment.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
And so this goes on for a while. Finally, they have sex.
Oh.
They have sex.
Shocker.
Right? And she feels awful, doesn't tell her boyfriend, right? Because she's probably thinking, I'm not going to say no to that. This is like
I'll pass.
a huge, it's just a famous person. They
Right.
hold so much power over you, right? Doesn't tell her boyfriend. Comes out that the rock star gave her herpes. Because obviously, then she gave the boyfriend herpes.
And then had to tell him.
He fucking found out because he had symptoms.
Right.
And then because they were exclusive, he was like, what the fuck? Are you cheating on me? With who? Boom. And again, it's not John Bon Jovi. We're just using
Someone of that nature.
Yeah, like
John Bon Jovi's listening to this. Like, what the fuck?
like huge music artist.
Huge music artist.
Yeah. So it's like,
I like this story. Oh, go ahead. Did you have some more to go?
but it's interesting because we're just talking about like who's in the wrong, who's the asshole.
Well, she's obviously in the wrong. I mean, this is what we've been doing some situations along this line. I mean, now you're going to get married, Tori. So I think there's a thing people do. You're in a long-term relationship.
Yeah.
As well. Yeah. And it's kind of like, look, can men and women be friends? Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, Tori's, done the podcast. I mean, we've stayed in a hotel room together.
Yeah.
And I don't weird. Yeah,
No,
I mean,
we were doing a kids thing. Wait, no, that's not what we said.
no, you made it sound so much worse.
They were 3-year-olds. It's me, Danny, and a bunch of
We
2-year-olds.
were doing comedy. We did a show, and
Oh yeah, at Holiday Inn, yeah.
And it was obviously like that was the gig.
Two
and-
different beds.
Yeah, 2 different beds, and it was.
But I think that's also like the comedian in me, where I'm just like, yeah, I don't think anything's like weird because comedy is so male driven that I'm like, I have male friends.
Yeah, like, I don't know. We've been kind of debating it because I think, like, obviously I do think at a certain point that would become potentially inappropriate just because that's a lot of time together in an intimate setting. But to do one trip that's obviously, it's not leisure, it's a work-oriented trip. But basically what I've been kind of chewing on is this idea of like, there is something a little inappropriate about one-on-one time, strictly leisure, with the opposite sex, because it's like, well, how do you think people catch feelings? Mm-hmm. How do you think John Bon Jovi gonna fuck? He's gonna get in there, make you think he's your friend, and then he's gonna start laying down some sick riffs. You're gonna fuck him, like,
right?
It's just crazy because like
he gonna get that herpes.
Well, it's like, but that's the other thing is like I was thinking like, well, if you're gonna have sex with a huge star like that, is it like rude to ask to use protection? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, because
of course not.
But it's like they're not gonna use a condom.
Yeah,
you know, someone at this level, no.
I mean, it's gross. It's
no, but
the whole
like,
thing is a little
but also
gross.
if you know that if you do it raw, then you know you're going to contract something.
And
you know that.
The best part is, I don't imagine it was even good sex. Just the whole time the person's like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm fucking this person. Oh my God.
It doesn't matter
God.
that it's good. It's just like you just want to tell people that you did this thing.
Right.
You know?
I honestly think it kind of sounds more badass to be like, yeah, Bon Jovi tried to fuck me and I said.
But then you, instead of leaving with like a gift basket, like a little, it's not like he like got her a diamond necklace. She just got herpes. Like, if you're gonna fuck a celebrity, get something out of it. Get a Birkin, get a Gucci.
When this person confronted Bon Jovi, he denied it.
The boyfriend did, and
no. The woman was like, "Dude, you gave me herpes," and the musician was like, "No, it's not me." And then like a week later was like, "Yeah, it was me."
I mean, he's a dirtbag.
I mean, what would you do? Like in this, I mean, you're like getting engaged. Like if like I don't know who your biggest celebrity crush is, but if they like saw you at a show and they were like all platonic at first, but then they made a move, but it's like
I would probably like go out with them, like go on a coffee date once. And then I would obviously get like what the vibe was. And I'd be like, okay, I can either make the right decision or I can make the wrong decision and keep seeing them.
Well,
you know what I mean?
But what would you have?
I would stop seeing them.
You would? You think? But even
because for me, the one time hanging out with them was like enough of a high for me.
See, I'm there with you. Like I think if we hung out in like private, like that's, or I don't need the sex.
Because I already know what would, I'm like, all right, let's just say in reality, we keep hanging out, we have sex.
Who would it be? Who is your celebrity crush?
There's this, wait, actually I have a story that I can tell you after this that I seem like a psycho because you were like, what's that story?
Yeah, we'll do that.
This guy, the actor Brian Greenberg, he was in like How to Make It in America.
Oh, the main character from that?
Yeah.
Oh, he's hot.
Pull up Brian Greenberg. I want to see him. So you would go, that seems reasonable to me. I mean,
a B-list celebrity.
Yeah, he's.
I would be very open
he's
to
so
that.
Hot.
I mean, if that's, well, he's a ginger like you, I guess.
I guess I'm attracted to my own needs.
Oh, is he dating?
They're married.
What's her name?
I don't know.
I think she's
pretty Asian girl.
Oh yeah, you hate that.
Yeah, she is hot.
You hate when the Asians take your men,
I know,
Jewish men.
Because my current fiance's exes all used to be Asian.
Oh, that's right.
Mark Zuckerberg's wife is Asian.
I have a thing with that.
A lot of Jewish people date Asians. My sister's husband is Jewish.
There you go.
Yeah, they're just taking her women.
Yeah, I would. I think if my girlfriend hypothetically met her celebrity crush or just a celebrity, I think one coffee date is reasonable. But at two, I would be like, why you think though? Why you think he's meeting up with you, babe?
I just think it's hilarious to be like, anytime, it doesn't have to be a celebrity, anytime like a man does something nice for your girlfriend, it's to fuck. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, no, he just wants to help me make a website. No, he fucking doesn't.
I mean, I won't go that far, but it's like if they're a celebrity and they have no, like, I mean, like I said, if it's like, like if it was a comedian, like if it was Tori and it was a comedian, I'd be like, well, yeah, it makes sense. She's a comedian. They're like working together. That's not necessarily.
Yeah, but not someone you know, but like,
right.
I guess like just generally speaking, if like a man, I don't know, maybe this is like a sexist thing to say, but I've just like seen it a lot.
Okay.
I've just seen this pattern a lot where like.
Yeah, if you're not in the same career, like why are you?
Yeah, it's just like, if you're not in the same career, it's just like.
Same career, okay, like, that's okay.
Let's say your girl has a jewel, like a ring, like a necklace line or something, you know? And some random man she met at a party is like, oh, I'd love to help you make a website. Come over. You know, to me, that's like, yeah, go. He's gonna make that website for you. But I'm like, But he's trying to like, he doesn't know if he can fuck you, but I feel like he's trying to flirt with you for sure. He's getting something out of your like companionship. I feel like. Maybe
but she's probably getting something out of it too.
If she knows that, that's fine. But if she knows that, that's fine. But to be like, no, he just genuinely wants to help, to me is funny, because it's like, for me, it's like, no, I think there's something else happening. Is that?
Yeah, well, there's no free lunch. There's no free lunch.
Yeah.
He must want something.
He wants something. Yeah.
It could be not necessarily sex, but yeah, usually if there's no math to it where it's like, does he want a connection you have?
Yeah.
Then it's like, yeah, he probably just wants to get in your pants.
What do you think? What do you think?
I think.
Is that a sexist statement to make?
No.
Okay.
Well, I think it could be true about women too.
Right.
I've had women, volunteer to do things for me, and I'm like, no, why would I let you do that? That's weird.
Yeah.
But she wants something from you.
I don't know what she wants. I'm just not comfortable with it.
She wants a D.
But the fact that this girl honestly, the boyfriend's a little dumb because
that's what I'm saying.
It's just like why would this girl who doesn't work in it doesn't sound like she works in entertainment or like in the same field. It's just like, even before going on the date, it's so clear, like, oh, this person just like will eventually want to sleep with me.
Yeah,
of course.
These people lack a little common sense, this story. On both ends.
I agree with that. Now let's hear the story about okay.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Let's hear a psycho story.
Okay. It's I think it makes me seem crazy, and I want to bring it up because I've recently been like seeing this person in my neighborhood. So there was this actor who's a turned comedian, and he's really funny. And then he has this like younger guy who like will appear on his Instagram and stuff. And like years ago, I was like, oh, this guy's like really funny. And I think I was and I was like, oh, he's cute. But I was like, he's not like hot. And I was coming to LA and I like messaged him being like, hey, like love to make a video with you. This was like 5 years ago. And then I think he didn't message me back. And then I went on my friend's podcast, who I literally thought had like 50 listeners. And then all of a sudden, I talked about this person. I said the person's name. I was like, oh, I think he's so cute, but he like won't respond to my message. And then me and the podcast girl were like, let's pray about it. Like we were just being like silly.
Let's pray about it.
I was like, okay, let's pray that he's going to answer me. Again, this girl, like I thought she had like 100 followers, you know what I mean? Like listeners. Then all of a sudden on her like promotion for the podcast, someone tags him and is like, ooh. And then he was like, what? This is like all in the comments. But by the way, there's no other comments because it's not a popular podcast. and then I'm like 27 at the time. And then I comment on him with like the monkey emoji, like, ooh. And then I think like throughout another year, I like message him on like his Insta story, I'll like respond maybe like once or twice. Okay, so now I've messaged him 3 times and doesn't respond. Again, I'm like, this guy's cute, but he's not like, oh my God, Adonis. I just thought he was like really funny. And like, he grew up in LA, so I just thought he was like interesting. Then comes the bigger comedian that he like works for does a show. And the bigger comedian comes on my podcast and I'm like, hey, not right away. I'm like, I think your assistant or whatever, the guy you make videos with is really cute. Can you like set me up? Again, I'm thinking I have like such a hold over this person, looks wise. And then he's like, okay. And then I go to that person's show, the comedian show, and it's like sold out. And then my friend apparently walked into the green room and who worked at the club and was like, oh my God, to the guy who's there, I think is cute. You're here. I really want you to be my friend. And then the bigger comedian was behind him and was like, I don't know, how do you describe this? Like,
yeah, like cut off.
Don't bring it up. Don't bring it up. Yeah. And then I see him come out of the green room and he like sees me and then like sprints the other way. And I was like, this is so weird. Like, I don't know. I feel like in high school or like even college, I was like, all right. I'm like, maybe I'm not the cutest yet. But at this point, I'm peaking. You know what I mean? So I was like, what's going on? Like, okay, he doesn't even know my personality yet.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he does. It seemed like a psycho. Okay, so then I guess he like basically thought I was like crazy. Okay, so then recently I've seen him like multiple times in LA because he lives here, and we like just clearly ignore each other. And it's just very strange.
Okay, so the events are he heard the podcast with the praying.
Yeah. I think so.
That's kind of.
I think I seen.
Wait, I don't understand. I wasn't following when he did this thing. What was that about?
Okay, so when my friend who worked at a comedy club that the bigger comedian was like headlining in that weekend, she walked into the room and she's like a big mouth girl. And she's like, oh my God, you're here. To the guy I thought was cute. I really want you to meet my friend. And then the comedian who is like the bigger comedian was like,
why does he care about?
I guess maybe he's saying, oh, I talked to the guy that she thinks he's cute, and he doesn't want to meet her.
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah, the prayer thing.
I think I seemed like I didn't realize how, I just thought I was being funny. I did a lot of things like that in my 20s where I was like, oh, I just think I'm being funny. Like I confused funny for flirty. And I also just was like, he's like not that cute, and like he's not like that popular. Maybe anyway, but I see him in LA all the time now.
You creeped him out.
I did.
That's our conclusion.
I think what I creeped him out, but I'm a redhead. I feel like that's okay. Like psycho redhead girl.
I mean, you're like a small redhead, so like who would be threatened by you?
No, I think he thought I was like nuts. Like not in like a cute way.
The prayer thing is hard to escape. You went on a podcast that he heard and said like, what was the prayer?
Me and my friend held hands and we're like, let's pray. She was praying about some guy she liked, and I was like, you know what? Let's pray that he
clearly a joke. Though.
Yeah,
that's clearly a joke.
I mean, it's personal.
But
though.
I'll never. So I hadn't seen him in like.
But the prayer, what did you say in the prayer? Like, I want you to give me attention and...
Yeah, like, I hope you message... Or, like, he's going to message me. He's going to like me. I don't remember. This was, like, 5 years ago.
But it was, like, this, like, 30-second, minute-long prayer?
Yeah.
That's pretty weird.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like when a guy... It's like that thing where, like, when a guy...
I think I was too eager.
In high school, if there's, like, if you find a girl likes you, but you don't like her... It's like the most disgusting thing in the world. You know what I mean? You're like, you don't want to give her any hints that you're into this. So you like try to ignore her at school and stuff. Do you remember that? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't think girls ever liked me that way. I think I've always liked them and then had to start like a years long campaign to win them over.
But the best is I saw him when I first moved to LA because he was with the bigger comedian at a show. And then I was able to hide. And then like 8 months ago, I was at this Ralph's, which is like in Hollywood, and it's kind of like the worst Ralph's. Like no one ever goes, and we couldn't. Like,
I hate that Ralph's.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
And he walks out, and I'm walking in, and we just like locked eyes, and I was like, and then I was like, even though I was obviously with someone, I was like smiled in my head. I'm like, give it one last chance. And then that was it. But now I see him like all the time in LA. Not all, just
I
not
feel like
at
you should say something. I'm like,
yeah, I'm upset that he thinks I'm psycho because here's the thing. I think it triggered me because in college, I really liked this kid who was like in my friend group, and everyone was like, he likes you. He's just like nervous to like show his emotions. Then we get back to school after summer break. He starts dating my best friend. I tell someone in my friend group, oh, I'm really upset he's dating her. And then I guess it got back to him and it seemed like I was crazy. Because you know when like people talk for you in college, you just...
Yeah.
This guy went from being like my best friend talking every day. Then we had class together, would not look at me. He disliked me so much and was like uncomfortable by me. He had crutches and we had to go up these stairs. Okay. And at one point, you had to go down an elevator and we were in the elevator, just the two of us together. Doesn't look at me.
Yeah.
I've never seen someone sprint up stairs on crutches so fast in my life. I'm like, what did you think I was gonna do?
You really
like
scare men.
Yeah.
I can see that.
You can see that?
I can see that.
What do they think's gonna happen?
Yeah, what do you think?
Well, if I didn't know you, like I feel like you have like psycho fan energy a little bit. You know,
I see that.
Yeah,
I see that.
Sure. Like
anime girl psycho.
No. Like if like you would never do this because you're a comedian, but like if you weren't a comedian, I can see you like coming. Like I have girls who come to my shows and like give me cookies, like that type of shit.
I love that.
I don't think I would ever do that.
It's so funny because I'm always like, I have a problem with sweets. I love sweets. So I'll get them and be like, dude, I can't eat. Like, what if there's like poison in here? And then like, I'm walking around the green room, like thinking about something else. And I'm unconsciously eating the cookies. And I'm like, oh no, I can't eat the cookies. But I've eaten everything that my fans have given me. But yeah, like there's, that kind of, I think some people might get freaked out by that.
And I think because girls, we don't maybe get as rejection as much as like guys do. So when these things happen, like when this guy thinks I'm like nuts or he's running away from me on fucking crutches, I'm like, it really like, I still think about it.
Yeah.
So you think if I run
Thanks
into
for
this...
admitting that, by the way.
What?
Yeah, some girls are like they don't understand rejection.
I know, it's
at
good.
all.
I'm glad that happened to you, actually.
It's like
that's
Yeah,
what
taught
happened.
me.
That's what it's like being a man.
I had a really bad experience rejecting a girl one time, and I was like, okay, like it's really not that big of a deal. Like this happens to me all the time,
Right.
honey.
So wait, so if I run into this guy, what do you think I should say?
I think you should say,
"Hey, blank."
Hey, I know you are. I'm sorry. I feel like I made a really bad first impression. I
7 years
I keep
ago.
seeing you.
7 years ago.
I just want to say hi. That's it. And then just feel his energy. You hate
dude.
that?
No, just ignore him. Dude. Like it's 7 years is too long. You saying something about
He
it.
knows
only,
her.
You saying something only reinforces his
Yeah,
thing
how
of like
psycho,
she has
yeah.
no boundaries. Like if you recontact 7 years later, it's like, oh, she has been thinking about me nonstop for 7 years. That's what I'm gonna think.
I think you just say, hey, I know I seem psycho. I'm not. I just want to say hi because I know you. I keep seeing you. I'm not gonna bother. Not gonna take up any of your time. And just see what he does.
But
with
what do you
that.
get
Just put
from
a
that?
GPS under his car.
Yeah, you put an
Take this
AirTag.
AirTag.
Take
I'm
this
not gonna-
AirTag. Yeah. Good seeing you,
Like-
man.
Anyway, I just didn't.
I think
feel
you
like-
should just step in. Who cares?
Because I'm confident now. I'm
fucking
engaged.
cares?
But what do you want from
You're
it?
not physically
What do you want?
threatening.
I want the end of a story.
You're
That's
not
what I want.
threatening. Who gives a shit?
That's what I'm saying. I didn't think I was threatening.
It's hilarious. I would love to have a little redheaded stalker. That's not true at all. But you're just saying hi and walking away.
yeah.
I think that's reasonable. Well, these are some great stories, guys. We're going to do a couple silly situations for you guys. Our second story of the day, AITA for dipping lasagna into hot sauce.
Okay.
Ew.
Go on.
But first, please rate, review, subscribe. Join me on Patreon. 200 plus bonus episode. Every single episode ad free. You love it. Accurate timestamps. Get in there. First, here we go. Real silly one. My girlfriend called me brother while having sex.
What?
Okay.
I 28M and my girlfriend 29F were in the middle of having sex. We were nearing climax when I went to grab her hand.
Stop.
She clasped it, pulled my arm toward her in the style of friendly handshake. She brought it in and said, "Hell yeah, brother."
Oh, like that.
I couldn't anymore.
Not brother.
My erection died, and well, I felt like I just gave one of the boys a good old bring it, pat on the back, and go get beers handshake. AITA.
This is after he came. Oh, sorry. What was the order?
They were about to both climax, it sounds like.
And she said, "Hell yeah, brother."
Yeah, we were nearing climax, he writes.
Okay, I think it depends on. First of all, no one's the asshole here. It's fine. We're not shaming.
Really?
I mean, okay. Did she go like, "Oh hell yeah, brother," or was it like, "Hell yeah, brother"?
Well, she did it in the voice, you know?
Like the sexy moaning voice.
I think it threw him out of the moment. I think my question here, I thought this one was really silly, but then I was like, is it an asshole thing
it's not an asshole thing.
to do a bit during sex when you're both going to come together? Like, that's kind of an opportunity.
Dude, I feel like guys did that in college. Like
Yeah.
my friend told me that he did that once, and like the girl got really mad. Like he started singing the Super Mario song or something when they were having sex.
Like
Yeah, do or something, and like she got really mad. That would never come to like. I feel like when I'm having sex, it's like so like I'm so appreciative. Like I would never do a comedy bit. Like I'm just so in it.
But here's the thing: as a girl who has done some,
Sex bits?
yeah.
Oh, what are some of the Tori
I
sex
don't-
bits?
Sex bits?
No, I don't. Not really anymore. But
okay.
at certain points, I did.
Let's hear them.
Okay, go ahead.
I've never done. I don't remember. I think one time I said like to my high school boyfriend, I was like, "Oh, we were like kissing and making out and like clearly about to have sex." And I was like, "Your hairy legs remind me of my dad's legs." And I just thought it was funny. I've done a lot of things during sex where I was like, this is not sexy, but I think it's funny. Sometimes I'll do something and I don't mean to do it where I think I'm being sexy. And then my fiance says, you're doing Eliza Minnelli. Because I'll be like, oh. He goes, you look like Elizabeth Taylor or like Eliza Minnelli, like Broadway, baby. But I just think I'm being funny. So as if someone who...
Why do you feel the need to do that? That's disrespectful.
That's where I'm at, because I'm like, I think there is such a thing
Because
as
I'm so comfortable.
Well, no, but I kind of feel it on the level of like, if it's something that you know will make them laugh, or it's like your thing and it's relevant to them, that feels like fun and cute and natural. But like randomly saying "hell yeah, brother" feels like something that she just did to tell her friends. You know what I mean?
The
It's
intent is like, right, she had planned out, it's almost like she had been planning it all along.
Exactly. It's like contrived. It's like, you're not really there with me. I actually do think it's kind of violating. It's like, ew.
Yeah, if it's like a pre-planned bit, that 100% is like
See, I don't think that.
But your
thing is not pre-planned though.
What you said.
But we don't know this is pre-planned.
No, but he's saying it's so elaborate that
it's so contrived. Why would you say hell yeah, brother?
That's
like,
so.
Well, maybe she's just in the moment and she just was
nobody says
that in the moment. Like I think the hair thing, that's in the moment because you saw it. Like that's whatever.
That was like a judgment call, and maybe you made the wrong judgment. But that doesn't seem shitty.
This is like.
So you think she was with her girlfriends like the day before, and she's like, oh my, and they're all just like saying crazy sex shit. And she's like, it'd be really funny if I just went like, hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, exactly.
And all the girls are like, oh my God, oh my God, you're like the nuts one.
Or
That's
she
why
had
we
that
love
thought,
you.
and I mean, frat bros would do shit like that all the time. Like I remember hearing shit like that, and it's like, yeah, it's douchey and disrespectful because like you're vulnerable together. It's trusting.
Right.
Like, it's not that jokes are wrong, but this, like, it's kind of like, who is the joke on? And it's on your partner. That's shitty.
Yeah. So you think it's fine?
I don't think this was
do you have more of your bits? It's not pre-planned. That's not exactly
I don't know.
saying.
I don't have more bits.
It's just like the intent is that it seems like she's doing it for the story or something. And that's my issue.
By the way, anytime I've ever done something, it never went over well.
Well, see, the hairy leg comment, it seems like a miss, but it doesn't seem like this, where it's like, oh.
Also, he wasn't inside you at. Like, if you're going to do bits, it has to be pre-insertion.
Okay, yeah, I don't think I've ever done
Kissing,
that. Kissing,
a funny joke, fine. I'm not going to like it, but you can do one.
I think you're right. There's something about
if I'm in you, no more jokes.
When you're coital.
Yeah.
When you're coital.
Yeah.
Keep it formal.
Rachel Feinstein has just a really funny joke about... I'm going to butcher it, but she just basically says after they have sex, she can't help but be funny. And she pretends to be this like 1950s housewife. And she's like, oh, wow, thank you. I don't just watch it on Instagram.
I'm probably not going to do
Thanks
that.
for quoting that. That was really great and helpful.
Wait, why? What's wrong?
We're just roasting you. So wait, you said you had more bits though. Because I'm trying to think of something. The only thing that's coming to my mind is one time I was with this girl and then she said yummy. And it wasn't really a bit.
Well, it's just her trying to be sexy.
Yeah, it was bad. It was a miss.
It was a miss.
It was a
miss is okay.
A miss happens.
Because the intent is good.
Thank you.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
I can't think of any other times I've said... I just definitely remember having sex and saying something and then being like, oh, why did you have to say that?
I know. I can't think of any right now.
I can't think of either.
It's probably happened to me dozens of times, or I've turned someone off from something I said.
It just like, yeah, it's such an interesting thing. I think comedy and sex just does not... Like, comedy and sex in movies is one thing, but like in real life, it's... Because there's a lot, especially as you get older, like it takes a lot of mental gymnastics to get hard sometimes, you know? And it's like for them to just like do that, I'm out, you know? And it's like, well, now we can't have sex because I squeezed your boob and I went, wait, you know?
Yeah.
Now we can't, you know what I mean? Now we can't
that.
Right? Like, you know, I get it.
Or like a raspberry.
That's funny.
You know, like
what?
When you like blow on someone's skin, like...
See, but that's the problem. It's funny when we talk about it here. Like all these things, it's kind of funny. But funny. In the moment, it's like so not funny.
Well, because it's violating, right? Because it's honestly, this may be too far of a reach, but it's kind of like if someone tells you a secret, you know, something they don't want to get out, something that's serious to them, you know, it's kind of funny to make reference to it. But then if you like do that against them, it's really hurtful.
Yeah.
You know? Like if it's done with malice, it's really fucking mean. And I feel like this is kind of that. It's like you're kind of exploiting a vulnerability.
Yeah, I mean, I could see the internet being like, men do this all the time. Why can't women do it? But that's not really the point. I think the point is like, I mean, if you want to make it about gender, it's also like, I think men rarely are vulnerable. And so we feel extra vulnerable during sex. And then when you do that, it feels like extra betrayal or something. It's like extra hurtful.
Okay, that's a good point.
There's another part, you know?
I think it's betraying.
Yeah.
I actually think AITA for it's AITA for my girlfriend called me brother while having sex. I think it's not the asshole and she is.
Also, the thing is, he didn't preference it by saying, oh, she's like a really silly girl. Like, I feel like if he was...
That would help. You're right.
That would be more like, oh, okay, so like now we know this girl like sometimes does stuff like this. He gets it. But this feels like he's kind of saying like this is out of... Maybe she's showing her silly side. Maybe this is still like...
She needs to develop it a lot more.
She needs to keep workshopping it.
It's not where you get silly.
Yeah.
You guys are with me though, right? This is an asshole move.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like that word, but yes, sure. She's
you don't like what word?
Asshole is kind of a harsh word.
But did he also say like, oh, then I need to know more. Like, oh, then that was that. But then we had sex again and it was fine. Or what did she say?
I feel like
what'd she say? Cowabunga the next time?
I know. Cowabunga.
She's on top. She's like, cowabunga, baby.
Well, see, that kind of fits the theme though. If you're doing like, what's that called? Cowboy style?
Yeah.
Cowgirl.
Cowboy
style.
I'm not gay. It was
It's
a
okay
slip.
if you're gay,
It was
bro.
a slip.
No.
It was a slip.
Slips
I'm
are
not
real.
gay.
Slips means it's real.
I'm
not gay.
Cowboy
He's not
style.
horny.
Freud's full of shit.
By the way, no one on History Bros has ever said cowboy style. It's not a slip because it's
was
not
a
a
slip.
It's not a slip because it's not real.
Danny,
It was a slip.
It's not a real word.
I'm not gay.
I just had a vision of you being
I like
like,
girls.
I just had a vision of you laying there like really tired and being like, all right, want to do cowboy style now?
And his boyfriend gets on his lap.
And she's like, what? And he's like, what?
Danny, you're gay. It's fine. That's so funny. It's funny the Freudian slip
Well,
a
you do have
word
knee
that you
pads.
just made up.
I do have knee pads. What does that mean?
Means you sucking dick, bro.
I like protective equipment. Okay.
Give like
There's nothing gay about being gay. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I think this is an asshole move. Rate, review, subscribe, join us on Patreon. Really, I know you guys hear it and you never do it. So can you just please? I'd really appreciate it. It would mean a lot to me.
mean a lot to us. We had a good Patreon episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have good
Patreon.
episodes on there.
It was really insightful. Some
Yeah, it
insight
was.
stuff
Check
about
it. Check it.
comedy.
Yeah.
Some like the hustle days.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
What's the next one?
This one's silly. AITA for dipping lasagna in the hot sauce. I-20F love hot sauce and put it on most things. I live with my husband, 22M. For the last couple days, his mother has been in the area. Yesterday, she asked if she could come around and cook for us before heading home. Neither of us were working. We agreed and offered to help her so we can all cook and eat together, and it's less work for her. She refused and said she wanted to do something nice for us, and also refused us helping with the cost. She went grocery shopping just for this. She arrives early in the day and spends 8 hours making a lasagna.
Jesus Christ. That's a mom move right there.
8 hours?
That's so long. Not all of
take
it
that
was
long?
active cooking. Most was the meat sauce simmering. But even then, she was saying how she wished she had overnight. We have an apartment. There wouldn't be room for her to stay the night. I'm grateful for the time she spent and thank her multiple times, although her coming around for such a long period was more than we discussed and did mean we had to reschedule some plans we had made for earlier that day. It comes time to eat. We have lasagna and roast potatoes. Doesn't really match for me, but...
It's like half Thanksgiving.
Right. This is when the problem started. We keep condiments in the middle of the dinner table, and I put some hot sauce on my plate, dip a potato in, dip the lasagna in, make eye contact with mother-in-law, and she looks at me like I'm eating a human baby. Puts down her plate, pushes it away, and begins to getting ready to leave. I ask her what's wrong, and she tells me she has never been so disrespected before by any of my son's women.
Son's women. That's hilarious.
And that she spent 8 hours
This
slaving
woman sounds
away
Italian.
just to ruin it. My husband defended me, but mother-in-law has now begun a narrative in the family that I'm ungrateful.
Oh my God.
Whoa. I mean,
AITA.
this is something happening with her. You know, I mean, hot sauce on
she's-
lasagna is weird, but also like,
Yeah, that's weird.
Not. I thought they would have a conversation about it. You could like do a little light roast, but
Well, this woman sounds like she's some type of like traditional woman, you know, maybe Italian, I don't know. And like her way of showing love is through cooking, and she spent this amount of time, and then she's like her putting hot sauce on her lasagna is like going into someone's house and like destroying it.
Dude,
like, I let you stay in my house for a weekend and you destroyed
Well,
it.
they didn't even stay overnight, though. She came to cook for them, and they consented. Because initially I thought maybe she was like a pushy.
it sounds pushy because she was there for longer than right. Did they cancel
Well,
plans?
she was there a long time, but she asked. She asked if she could come around and cook for us before heading home. And they accommodated it because at first I was like, oh, she's being pushy. Because then they also said they rescheduled. But I'm like, yeah, you rescheduled because you chose to let her do this.
Wait, do you think she was mad at the hot sauce on the lasagna or the hot sauce on the potato? We don't know by this.
See, the
analysis.
potato, I would be like, lady, it's a potato.
It's a potato, right?
But
it could have been a potato.
I do think it was rude. I think it was rude.
Oh, you think it's rude to put hot sauce on something
I think you got to give it a clean bite.
first?
I think so. And you got to show a little consideration
Right.
to the chef. It's a little bit like it's also just like a mistake.
What was that? So that's the thing. It's like it's hard to defend because that's not a thing. Hot sauce on lasagna is not a thing.
It's not a thing.
So there's
Right.
that. I think on potatoes, whatever, I've had that for breakfast. But this is the thing about when people are like, let me cook for you. The thing is, it's annoying because it's like, it's more about them than you, right?
Yeah.
They
Especially a parent.
it's a performance.
I'm with
and
you
like
on
you're
that.
there for
Oh my
like
God,
a
I'm
play.
so with you on
and
that.
so it's not like she like, you didn't just agree for her to cook for you and to give you nutrients. You
Yeah.
agreed to sit there and go and sort of pet her ego, you know, sort of do her a favor by being like, this is amazing. She needs
Yeah.
that. She basically said,
She needs
"Can you
that.
make me feel good?" You
You
know
know,
what I mean?
it's crazy because I had this really extensive debate in one of my relationships, and I never heard anyone say it. And you said it almost exactly what I said, because she would want to cook, have people over and cook for them. And I was like, I really feel like that's going to keep you occupied. It's going to take a lot of additional effort. Why don't we just like order pizza? And she would say, no, I want to cook. And I was like, I just want you to realize like this is like a food show. And you literally said that exact thing. It's like, so now we have to indulge your desire to cook, even though that won't enhance the event or change the event, because pizza, nobody gives a fuck. Pizza is just as good as what you're going to cook.
Yeah.
And yeah, I feel so seen. How do you
Something, there's nothing wrong with that sometimes, especially if the food is good, but it's just like, I'm guessing this is like an older Italian mom, I think they could have been a little bit more aware, or maybe the son could have warned the girlfriend about stuff like that, because I'm sure if she's freaking out about that, I'm sure the son has fucked up at some point in the house growing up with some other food example, right?
Like, well, they didn't have no hot sauce in
but
this
it could have
house.
been. But if she's doing this to hot sauce, I'm sure like, oh, he put mayonnaise on scrambled eggs, whatever the fuck.
Actually, you know what? Counter, there isn't hot sauce, but there's usually those red pepper flakes. The Italians are cool with that. They got those things around. It's not that far of a lead.
Yeah.
Also, the thing she said is so dramatic. Out of all my sons,
women.
So I just imagine
that's
this Italian
sickening.
woman
That's
always in
sickening.
an apron with like 7 boys, being like, "What my one son married."
Sons Women is like a sick band name or something, but I do.
Yeah,
that's
Sons
a
Women.
that's a crazy word.
That's a crazy way to word that, right?
That's like a Sopranos terminology or something. It's my son's women.
It's
Yeah,
giving
yeah.
ownership.
My son's woman.
Well, and then she says 8 hours slaving away, which is actually kind of the same thing again.
It's like nobody asked for that.
The son owns the women, and I'm slaving. I'm a slave. It's like, oh, you have a very specific idea of gender roles. I do think, though, to see her side a little bit, I think if someone makes you food, you definitely owe them a bite of taste it how they made it. I think it's a little childish to not like taste it.
But I think she was in her own home, so she probably wasn't thinking like that. It's. I wonder if she was at the mother-in-law's home, would she be like, "Oh, do you have hot sauce?" Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think it's wrong to ask, but I just
No,
think
not hot sauce,
I think
but,
it's also just culinary, like from a culinary perspective, from a like experiencing things perspective. Like you should take one bite so you can kind of gauge how much hot sauce to use, what's the flavor profile. Like it doesn't make any sense when you need to do a clean bite.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. It's like you're not even doing that for the mom. You should just take a clean bite to gauge what needs to be added or just to see how it tastes.
Yeah.
I have fish, like my partner's Bulgarian, and sometimes they make fish stuff at their house that's like Bulgarian style.
Yeah.
I always want to put soy sauce on it because that's how I always eat grilled fish. But they usually don't have it. But even if they had it, I would take, I wouldn't just go right into the soy sauce. Because, you know what, now that I'm saying it like that, I kind of am seeing the mom's perspective. It's kind of like, this doesn't make sense from her perspective because this white girl doesn't have like a culture she's doing with hot sauce. But from my perspective, it's like they made me a Bulgarian dish and I'm making it Japanese by putting it on the soy sauce. So it's like, oh, thanks for this, but I'm just gonna make it into my thing real quick.
Yeah.
I get that. This is interesting because like hot sauce on lasagna is like it's not a real thing.
Well, I mean, soy sauce on fish is kind of a you thing,
Soy sauce on fish is so common. That's how most Asian people eat fish.
Really?
Well, yeah, Asian people.
Yeah, but that's Asian people. What do you mean? Grilled fish, like grilled fish Asian people. Like that's how.
Okay, I guess you're right.
So
Danny the chef
You guys
here.
should put soy sauce on that. It's amazing.
No,
I've had it on salmon. It's delicious.
I'm not.
Yeah. It's like that's exactly what
Well,
it
you're
is.
saying soy sauce. Yeah, but soy sauce on fish is a thing in Asia, on Asian food.
That's what I'm saying. But hot sauce on lasagna isn't not a thing anywhere, which is hard. That's why it's like hard to.
Right.
But actually, it makes it easier to defend
if she wanted
because
to put hummus on it, that would be okay.
well, but that's not a thing. I think this makes it easier to
It is, it's
defend
Jewish.
because she's not being like I'm erasing your culture with mine. She's just like a confused girl who wasn't raised right.
Yeah. She's just an American.
She's an American girl who doesn't know good.
Midwest
You
girl
can't
that-
blame
I want
a regular American white girl with no culture that she doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. Like, that's not fair to her.
I don't feel like it goes either. I think that's what's bothering me. I agree with you that soy
what's
sauce
bothering you?
goes
Yeah.
on fish. I mean, I could always try that.
Yeah.
But lasagna plus hot sauce, you're gonna cover the cheese. You're really not gonna taste it. That cheese is too subtle.
I
You
guess
don't even need it.
No,
It's so
I'm
weird.
with you
It
in
just
that. I
doesn't
think
work.
it doesn't work at all.
doesn't work.
But I'm saying it's difficult to blame this poor, uneducated girl
So we should blame her parents.
because
what
her
you're
parents
saying.
didn't cook right for her. Like she doesn't know what to do with food. Like that's crazy to put. Like you know what I mean? Like she doesn't understand like etiquette. I don't know if that's her fault. I don't think she was like, fuck Italy. I don't think that was the energy.
I'm thinking, you know what? I'm thinking I've gone to my fiance's house and his dad's not the best cook. And he's admitted that. So I can admit that on the podcast.
Yeah.
But I think there was a time where I was like, oh, I wonder. But I never was like, I'm not eating this. I don't think I ever was like, let me go to the fridge and get ketchup. I just was like, okay, I'm just going to eat this.
You're right, though. There was something about like, if somebody that's not your own parents make you something, you should eat it. It's polite to just eat all of it.
Yeah.
And say thank you. And then that's it.
I think so. Then mother-in-law says that she's ungrateful, which is really immature.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all boomers are like 13-year-old. All boomer mothers are literally 13-year-old girls.
I'm with that. I mean, I just feel like it's hard for me to say, like, look, I understand none of us here are going to hang out with this mom. She's all over the place. She's like, she wants to do her whole performance. But, like, it's pretty obvious she spent a lot of time on it. She spent the whole day there. You guys invited her. That's what she did. And I feel like OP was being I don't think this is a matter of etiquette. I think this was a blindness to like, this person put this together for you. You're right. It is a performance. And she was kind of invalidating the performance.
Where do you think that blindness comes from? Her parenting, right?
Sure.
So
it can come from anything.
I think it's the asshole is the girlfriend's parents.
Yeah, but she's 20. You got to be your own person at 20.
No, but she's just a result of how her parents raised her around
I don't
food.
see it as that. I see this as an issue of not understanding that when someone does something like this for you, you need to like feed into it a little bit. I mean, you called it a performance. I think that's a fair way to look at it. It's they made that food for you.
So she needs to quickly understand it's a performance and go with the script.
Yes, a little bit. She showed no consideration. So my angle is in determining who the asshole is. Do I think the mother is an asshole? Yeah, I think she's a boomer.
Yeah.
But I think that in the end, this OP needs to apologize. It's on her to apologize.
I don't know if an apology is
an apology.
Don't bring it out next time.
You disrespected her. You did not show any respect for the nature of cooking, which is that she created this thing specifically. You just threw some random sauce on it. And it was rude. And I do think she's acting like a child, and that someone who is more mature would find this to be more of a slight than something to leave over. Yeah, but I'm like, this is your boyfriend's thing or husband's thing while they're very young, 20 and 22. And I'm like, yeah, you owe her an apology. I just think like, or else it's going to turn into a nuclear incident, and I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah. No, I think that's right. Yeah, I feel like this is interesting because I wonder how this would have played out if the mom was like Persian or Chinese or something. You know what I mean? Because I think Italian versus regular or like normal white or whatever the word is, like mixed, like not identified white is an interesting dynamic, because I want, like, I've had friends over, or like I took a friend with me to Japan when I was like in the 4th grade, and like he ate everything incorrectly, but my family thought it was like funny. Like, you know, it's like, oh, he doesn't know how to do this. Because there's enough of a culture gap that it's like, I would never, like, if you wanted to put hot sauce on ramen, like, okay, that's okay. Like, that's what he wants. He can't use chopsticks. Yeah. That's not rude. It's like, you don't, but because we look different, he's from America, like, people understand that. So that nobody interpreted it as like, oh, he's being rude. But Italian to this is interesting because I don't know if the cultural gap is far enough that, right? Like if it was Persian, maybe the Persian mom could have been like, well, she's just like a white girl. She doesn't know anything. But for an Italian mom, maybe it's too close. So that
I think she's being immature. I don't like the mom, and I think she's, I like what you said, Tori, but
this is written from his point of view, and if it was from her,
it's from the OP's point of view, which is the girl.
Oh, the girl.
Okay.
Oh, I thought this was from the guy's point of view because I felt like he was really defending. I was like, oh, there's probably so much more about how annoying
my
the mother
husband
is.
did defend me, but mother-in-law began a narrative that she's ungrateful. I mean, it is ungrateful. Other example, you got a friend who's getting into cooking, you know, and they say, I want to cook you this thing. Without even trying it, you add some salt. I mean, that's an insult. That's, you know what?
I've done that.
You need to be more aware.
And they get upset.
And you need to be more aware.
I'm going to not add the salt.
So interesting.
You got to taste it and eat some of it first. And then you could be like, is it crazy to add salt? Like you maybe feel them out. And I think most people are mature enough to realize like some people like it salty, some people like it spicy. But like to just not even try it, it's kind of a fuck you. I think it is ungrateful.
I think trying it and then adding salt is more of a fuck you.
Why?
Because you're like, not to my tasting. And then you just, you know what I mean?
Well, you could just say
I've confirmed this sucks, you know?
Well, but it doesn't have to be it sucks. It's just to not even try it. To me, that says like, I don't even respect you enough to like see what you did here.
But see, lasagna is such a powerful meal that even if you put sauce on it, like you're still getting a lot of the lasagna. Like you get
Really? I feel like hot sauce is so strong.
I mean, how much is she like dipping it in a bowl of hot sauce or just like...
I think lasagna is subtle, man. Usually the cheese isn't super sharp.
Really?
Kind of delicate.
Lasagna is, I mean, I don't really
compared to like fettuccine Alfredo, I think lasagna is usually like...
I don't know. I can't really eat stuff like that, so I don't really know, but...
I don't really eat stuff like that.
I think it was rude. Mom's toxic, whatever. I don't like her, but she's mother-in-law. You just got to deal. I honestly, for me, AITA for dipping lasagna into hot sauce.
They're married too, so she should do that for the future. You know, like just to make things okay for future gatherings.
Of course, and you need to be a little more cautious around your in-laws.
Yeah, you need to like learn manners.
You're too comfortable. You're right; it's her house, but it's like that's your mother-in-law. Like you need to put it on a little bit. I'm at YTA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll go with us.
Also, they're married at 22. That's fucking weird.
I
hate that.
In the middle of the country, that's how they do it.
Still?
I think that they're both assholes for getting married.
Yo, where's that Reddit thread?
All right,
racism
folks,
solved.
We're going to do this one. AITA for not personally informing my dad every time we run out of milk.
What?
I-21.
Where do you find these?
I wanted to do silly ones with you guys. I-21, I'm currently living with my parents at home to save on room and board for college. I'm a full-time student and I work 20 hours a week.
Love that.
Contribute to household chores and tasks. As a family, we drink a lot of milk.
That's fucking weird. This is a very dairy-heavy show today.
Yeah.
A lot of cheese.
Getting hungry.
My mom, 53F, has always been the one to get the groceries. But since I got my license in high school, I have as well. It's rare for dad to get them. Dad, 50M, is very picky about food. For as long as I can remember, he gets very upset if he doesn't have the right drink with his food. If we have pizza, he needs Coca-Cola.
Dude, boomers are babies, you're right.
Right? Yeah.
It's so funny.
If we have any dessert, he needs milk. Growing up, when we ran out of one of these drinks, it would upset him. Sometimes he'd slam the front door, leave without a word. My mom was always hurt by it and confused me. Why can't you just drink water? Well, it snowed bad this week, but I was able to dig my car out of the snow and pick up some drink items. I got juice and milk. Fast forward to yesterday. Mom got sick, works remote. We ran out of milk as well as other items, making breakfast and coffee. I updated our grocery app. I get out to my car and it won't start. She was running a meeting, so I text to let them know I needed to take her car, which is fine. It's 9 o'clock and Dad is still asleep. He was off work.
Dad's a princess.
It's 11:30. I've been enjoying a lovely day at work. My dad hasn't responded to any of the family messages, but I received this text from him. Can you please let me know when you drink the last of the milk so I can plan accordingly for my meals?
Oh my God. This guy's
He hadn't
horrible.
acknowledged my car troubles or that I was at work. He woke up 4 hours after the rest of us on his day off, which is fine. I respond, hello, good morning to you too. I understand you're frustrated. Mom and I are planning to go to the grocery store after work.
Oh my God.
I made it to work safely and I'm having a nice day. Hope you enjoy your day off. His response, I'm sorry if that sounded rude. I didn't mean for it to. I would really like your help with that issue. I'm glad you made it safe to work. Have a good day. Fair enough. I followed up by sharing the updates I made to our grocery app, but Reddit, this is what I wanted to say to him. Thanks. I'm not sure what the issue is. I was raised not to cry over spilled milk. I'm not responsible for helping you plan your meals. When we run out of my favorite drinks, I drink water and go on with my day because they're a luxury, not an essential to survive. That's more than most people have in this world, and I'm grateful. Are you? I always want to give the benefit of the doubt and be open to the idea that I'm missing something. AITA for drinking the last of the milk.
This guy sounds...
I would hate to have a dad like that.
Yeah.
That's really scary.
I actually just posted a video where I said, I think you're either, as a girl, you're either raised... Wait, do we know if this is a girl?
Sounds like a girl.
Did she say boyfriend? No.
Wait, does a boyfriend
She
in this
said
now?
I-21, so we don't know.
Oh.
But I feel like
it sounds like a girl,
it's
yeah.
giving girl.
But anyway, I made a video and I said, I feel like as a girl, you were either raised by a father or a daddy. And this is like a perfect example of being raised by a father. Like he expects these like insane expectations of you and you're always like walking on eggshells. But if you were raised by like a sweet father, I just call him dad. He's like, he would never be like, why didn't you get the milk? I don't know. This guy sounds nuts.
I just feel like it's so complicated. I wonder if the family enabled him to be this kind of person or if he was always like this. But I mean, it's just so hard to empathize with a grown adult. Why is he like, where's my, he sounds like a, I think you should leave sketch character or something, you know? Where's my milk? Why did he always need, like, it's just, I don't think anyone needs to be responsible for his
Sounds like
milk
a 60s,
at all.
60s dad.
I disagree with you guys.
That's all right. You seem like a milk boy.
I love milk. In my family, there's a strict rule. You don't finish the orange juice.
What do you mean?
My mom has orange juice every day for breakfast.
Okay.
And you do not disrespect that.
And
it's understood. You simply don't.
But you have a rule.
Well, yeah.
They don't have a rule.
Well, I think they do have a rule.
Oh, so somebody violated the rule.
I think there is an implicit rule that OP is not picking up on.
Implicit
the rule is
implicit is stupid.
She knows the fucking rule. The rule is I want Coke with my pizza and I want milk with my dessert. That's how he does it. It's his house. It's the parents' house.
Is this how you want to raise?
It's funny, Fumi, because on the bonus, you were Mr. 19 years old. You better get the hell out. This person is 21 with her parents at home. Now, she is a full-time student.
Right, she's saving money. Working. It's okay.
But she's 21, 2 years.
But
you were really hard on that 19-year-old.
But she's saving money for college because her parents can't pay for college.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Different. I like a scholar.
It is the parents' home, and I don't feel that dad is being unreasonable. He's 50, he's still working, and he has 2 rules as far as I'm concerned. He needs pizza, he needs Coke with his pizza, and milk with his dessert. And I really agree. Having milk with your dessert sends it.
This guy sounds too strict. I would never want a dad like this.
I think
this
is
strict
like
about this. It's 2 fucking
He's
rules.
also just like here's the thing. In my house growing up, the same thing with the orange juice. Like if the orange juice was done, my mom would be like, "There's no orange juice. Who drank the orange juice?" But then it wasn't like you never felt in trouble. And this dad, he had the way he's raising this family.
Oh yeah, there's like some physical abuse afterwards.
Oh, shut up,
No,
Fumi.
yeah.
Like,
Give me a break. That's not here.
Yeah.
No, but
Give me a break.
Yeah.
if you were raised like for example, the way my mom did it, she was like had a fit, but then we just like laughed about it, and then someone but this is like scary. Like,
No, it's
you
not
finished,
scary.
You didn't get
No,
me the
it's
very
milk.
like my dad's like in the former military vibes.
Yeah.
You know.
Who
No,
wants to
it's
be raised
not.
in a family like that?
No, it's
Also,
not.
like I hate.
And I
not
feel
This
trying
is
to-
ridiculous. You guys are acting like Zoomers.
I'm also like not trying to be ageist, but like it's with boomers. It's like I just have no pay.
This
Like
person's 50, bro. This person is square in Gen X.
oh, that's so sad.
This is the text. Can you please let me know when you drink the last of the milk so I can plan accordingly for my meals?
But even the way he said
God.
What?
But even the way he said that was so like
No.
He's
scary.
stern. He's
That's
scary.
not
He's
scary.
stern.
That's not
serious.
scary.
Yeah.
That's not
He's-
scary. That give me a fucking break. That is a polite fucking text.
No, I
that's
hate
not
this
polite.
dad.
Yes,
That's
it
scary.
is.
I agree with you. It's stern.
You
What
guys
kind
are-
of relationship does you have with your dad? Okay,
Can't
okay,
believe you guys
but
are
how about
doing
this? How about
this.
this? How come a grown man can't use his fucking brain and just be like, I'm gonna have my own milk. Please, nobody touch my milk.
That is what he's saying. He's being
No.
even more lenient than that. He's saying, just let me know when you drink the last of the milk.
No. Because everybody's sharing a big jug of milk. I'm
he's saying,
saying get him a separate jug.
Sure, he could have a system, but the system that he's inputting is starting now is let me know when you drink the last of it.
But he doesn't. He's too dumb to understand the system he set up is set up to fail. Because
I
there's
agree
multiple
that
people,
the system
and
is
so,
flawed.
and that's his fault because he knows
It's not
he
his
wants
fault.
it
It's
to
his
fail.
fucking
Don't
house.
you understand?
He's the parent.
No,
It's his
no.
house. He has 2 things.
No.
Coke with pizza, milk with dessert. OP is drinking milk like a fucking drunk cow. I don't know if that works, really. I don't know if the cow is drinking milk. I guess they do. And this text was not negative. It was firm. It was firm. Can you please let me know when you drink the last of the milk so I can plan accordingly?
Here's what I think, and with all these AITAs, it's all about the subtext. Okay, it's never about
Right.
the issue. It's all about the subtext. This man, is he retired? What's his deal?
He's fucking 50.
No, he's working.
This is his one day off.
Okay,
this
his day off.
is
He's
his
working.
fuking
He's
day
working
off.
till 9.
I can't believe you fucking guys.
Okay.
Go,
So-
finish your point.
so-
I'm going to
Until
yell
9.
about
I think
this
it's
OP.
like he doesn't. It's not about the milk. He wants attention, control.
Yes.
He wants it to fail. He wants someone.
I know someone
Right?
like this.
He wants the milk to run out so he can make a fuss, and people go, "Oh, Daddy, are you okay?"
By the
I'm
way,
so
this
sorry.
isn't
making a
just
fuss.
a milk
That.
thing in the
He's not
family. This
making
is
a
an
fuss.
everything thing in the family.
He's not making a
Anything
fuss.
happens.
He wants it to fail, which
This
is why.
man- I'm sorry. Let me just take this sentence
ahead,
again
go ahead.
for you. You fucking entitled
Go
little
ahead,
Zoomers. I
go
can't
ahead.
believe you're the same guy who wouldn't. This sick fuck on the bonus said that a 19-year-old doesn't deserve a birthday party, and now he's cracking down on
No,
a dad
he
who
said
wants
doesn't
milk.
deserve a sleepover.
A sleepover
At
on
her
her
parents'
birthday.
house.
Yeah.
One day. Okay. He said it's his day off.
Yeah, but he's a father.
Everybody works, bro.
His day. He doesn't even have days off.
Everybody works.
Bro, it's his household. It's him and his wife's household. This OP drank the last of the goddamn milk. She wasn't thinking. And what did dad ask? To notify him. That's not unreasonable.
That word to me feels very like stern. Like
Yeah, so he's allowed to be firm.
No, but what I'm
he
saying
could
is
have
like
said something sweet.
Then here's what he
honey.
said.
No, wait, he could have said something like, "Hey, honey, the milk is gone next time." Like there was no.
That's
kind
what he
words.
fucking said.
No.
That's what he said, Tori. Hello, good morning to you too. This is what OP writes.
who talks to their kids like that?
No, this is OP.
Oh, OP.
Hello.
See, already a weird relationship.
Good morning
Yeah,
to
exactly.
you too. I understand that you're
Father.
frustrated. Mom and I are planning to go to the grocery store after work today.
See, walking on eggshells.
That's not eggshells,
It is
Tori.
eggshells.
No, it's fucking not.
Fumi.
I made it to work safely and I'm having a nice day. Hope you enjoy your day off. His response, I'm sorry if that sounded rude. I didn't mean for it to. I'd really like your help with that issue. I'm glad
With
you
that
made it safe to
issue?
work. Have a good day. What is unreasonable about that? My father is not a man of niceness.
No, there's nothing.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's not about reasonable, unreasonable. It's just that he wants the conflict. This is set
No,
up
he
to fail.
doesn't.
Yes, he does, and
No,
that's
he doesn't.
and which is why it's not the first or the last time it's going to happen.
That's absurd.
And so, what he loves in all this, he loves his little kids talking to his dad like that. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry, Father, I could
Yeah.
not. He jerks off to that shit.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't want the milk. He wants that
The
weird
power.
artificial respect, fear.
My
from his family
dad
members.
texts exactly like this, and there's no problem with it. There's no
Your
problem.
dad
And
texts you like that?
Yeah, he's very minimal texter.
That's not minimal. That's plentiful,
Yeah.
dude. That's
I don't think so.
minimal is like,
Read between
hey,
the
can you get
lines.
milk? Thanks.
And this is where I'm going to mount my case against OP. Thank you. I'm not sure what the issue is. You've been told the issue repeatedly. Why do you not know what the issue is? I was raised to not cry over spilled milk. Oh, so now the demand's invalid? I think it's a perfectly reasonable demand. He's the father. This is his household. You drank the last of the milk. He asked you for a notification. I am not responsible for helping you plan your meals. Yes, you fucking are, because you live at their house and all he's asking for is a notification. That's what he's asking for.
What do the comments say?
OP goes on. When we run out of my favorite drinks, I drink water and go on with my day because they are a luxury, not an essential to survive. That's invalidation. No. It's his household. You're drinking your dad's milk. He asked you for a milk
Dad's
notification.
milk.
I meet you at, I don't like the system. The system isn't good. I agree with you. But she's trying to invalidate it because she's not just willing to say, yes, I'm happy to do that, or propose a new system. I'm okay with that as well. And then, it's a luxury. Shut the fuck up. It's not that it's a luxury. That's what he likes. And you drank the milk and he's asking for a milk notification.
I think like even the fact that he's using the word luxury is like weird. I think this family is just everybody's weird.
Yeah, I agree.
Including the dad. Everybody's weird. The
It's a
dynamics are
weird
weird. People are
family.
talking to each other like Game of Thrones shit. I'm just like it's very respectful, but like doesn't really apply to modern American.
I'm getting cold.
It's weird, yeah.
I'm not sure if it's cold. It just feels like there's some sort of fear.
Yes,
like
me and mother know the issue, Father.
like the
Don't you worry,
dad could
Papa.
really like whoop your ass or like do something very bad.
Right.
Like it's scary.
Like when he gets up in the morning, he doesn't say hello. He doesn't say good morning. He won't. You have to start a conversation with him, unless he's pissed at you.
Yeah, I mean, so what?
I'm getting uncomfortable.
Some people
by this,
aren't
Father.
super warm.
I mean, they all need to move. He needs to move. He needs to move out. It's a toxic family environment. What do the comments say? I'm curious.
As a family meal planner, I know if I purchase an ingredient and it's gone when I go to use it, it's very frustrating. When something runs out, yes, you let the grocery buyer know or write it on a list or something.
But the grocery buyer is different than your daughter.
Well, it's interesting. There is a milk notification
Does this
system.
person identify as a meal planner? A family meal planner?
I'm
fuck is
sure
that?
some job.
Only
you
a
do
family meal planner is like
for rich people.
at the Kardashians. You hire that.
Or I
person.
hope she's not. I hope she doesn't mean like mother. Like what?
Jeepers
Well, if you come from a
Creepers
big family,
74 YTA. Dad's behavior did not warrant your fantasy response at all. If it's your day off, you wake up, you pour yourself a bowl of cereal, and then you discover there's no milk. It's a bummer. This is not some crazy behavior limited to picky eaters, and it's clear he texted you before reading about your car trouble, so it's not like he was indicating his milk emergency was more important than them or anything. For me, the car troubles, I'm like, yeah, you had car troubles, which you resolved. I don't understand. What was there to say?
I just feel like he's throwing a little bit of a boomer
He's such a
tantrum.
baby.
It's not
Yeah.
a tantrum to send a text that says, can you notify me?
Boomers are babies.
I just think it's like sad that old people are like this now.
Yeah.
They're not strong. They're not smart.
It's so weird that you're saying that, dude. It's his house.
They can't control their
He
emotions.
was put out. He was in a
a
situation he didn't want to be in his house. Could he have a milk system? But look, in my house, my mom handles the groceries. Maybe that's boomer shit, but that's their dynamic. That's their dynamic. And my dad doesn't actually have any rules, really, with his food. But the orange juice rule is respected. And that's it.
Do you think the dad has talked like this to the mom before? Because I'm sure in the span of however many years they're married, she ran out of something that he wanted at one point.
Oh,
if she's
yeah, he
right.
definitely talks to
So
mom like
this
that.
is like this is a very
Yeah.
condescending way to talk to.
That's what I'm. Yes,
your
it's
wife. It's like very
condescending.
it's like I'm the man. I get what it's King Joffrey shit, right?
Yeah.
Which is like what's turning me off
Why
about
is
this
that
whole thing.
condescending?
Why is it condescending?
Yeah.
Because it's like, why aren't my needs met when
Yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
doing anything? Like you're a grown man at to get your own shit.
Well, but that's might not be the dynamic. She's the grocery shopper, and dad.
What does that mean? She's what is she? You already lost me there. I'm
That's
the
her
grocery
role,
shopper.
That's her role in the house.
That's her. But like,
Why does she have roles? She's
you
a
could
daughter.
also just like okay. So
No, talking about the mother.
So if she's the grocery shopper,
yes,
to me, if she gets it right, 85 to 90%, that's a A plus, right? So if there's something missing,
well, the mother is the
'cause she
grocery.
also works,
No, for
right?
me, you're misunderstanding. The mother is the grocery shopper. That's one of her roles in the house.
Okay.
And they have a stable dynamic.
and does she work?
I don't know. We don't know.
I think it did say that.
that the mother works. We
Yeah.
know the OP works. The OP works 20 hours a week.
What
and
is
is
that?
a
Work from
full-time
home?
student.
No.
No,
keep
the mom-
reading. My mom works.
No, you're right. The mom works from home.
The mom works remote.
just from that
correct.
one time
Yeah, the mom works remote.
because she had.
sick. She
Got
was
sick.
Exactly.
But works remote. So she normally works remote. And then OP updates the grocery app. I'm not exactly sure what that means. I guess maybe they keep like a cart going. But for me, even though, this is their household, the father and the wife, and the daughter is welcome to stay, and that's great, and she's working hard. But like, she kind of messed up her dad's shit.
So you're saying if this is a rule that the wife, the father and the mother is okay with, even if I disagree with it, if they're okay with that dynamic and the daughter has consented to that, then therefore you have to execute that rule because that's what you get for staying. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't think it's an unreasonable ask on his behalf.
But it's not about reasonable or unreasonable. You're just saying if that's the rule that they set, no matter how absurd.
What rule?
You have to text me when we're out of milk.
Yeah,
if that's or anything.
He's saying I don't want to be in a situation where we're out of milk. I don't deal with the groceries. Your
That's
mother
making me
deals with the
uncomfortable.
groceries.
I mean, this guy voted for Trump. You know what I'm saying?
Why?
It's like so obvious.
There's nothing Trumpian about that. People.
This is some shit Trump would say.
What?
Being a baby, like a
Dad
king.
never said anything about being a baby. It was OP. It was OP who insulted Dad.
Well, Danny, we know how you're going to raise your family because you're very,
Well, but
you're very
also-
excited about this guy, and we do not like him.
I understand. First of all, he's simply right. Dessert needs milk. I can't argue with that.
I want to know what he's eating for dessert.
Now,
like,
personally,
what goes with milk?
Well, anything, bro. Name any dessert. What dessert doesn't go with
I
milk?
can't believe a grown man can drink that much milk. Like,
You don't even need that much. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Fumi. She finished the milk. My mom has a rule. You don't finish the orange juice. I could say all kinds of things. You know what? If my brother told my mother, Mom, that's a luxury, I'd be like, you're a fucking idiot.
no, but he didn't say that.
OP did say that.
No, she didn't say that to him.
I am
Yeah.
not responsible for helping you plan your meals. When we run out of my favorite drinks, I drink water and go on with my day because they are a luxury, not
She
an
said
essential
that to
survival.
Dad?
To Dad.
She did say that to Dad.
Yes.
Are you sure?
That's in the post.
And then what did? No, it's in the post. But did she text that to Dad?
Yes.
And what did the dad say to that?
She didn't give the response to that.
The way you read it first.
Oh, no, you're right. But Reddit, this is what I wanted to say to him.
Yes,
Right.
It's not.
Okay,
So
my
she
bad.
can't say that to her.
Right, you're right.
Whereas if
She
you
didn't
were raised in a family where you felt very comfortable, you would just text dad, and the dad would
You
be like,
better
"Don't-"
not fucking
and
text
then the dad
that.
would say, "Don't talk to me like that," and then you go, "Okay, sorry," and then you move on and you watch TV.
But this is
together.
interesting because it's like this is the kind of behavior from boomer dads that create women who take shit in the future. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god, that's so true.
Right? Like take abuse from their
Yeah, like, I
husbands, all
wasn't
this
raised-
shit.
How is this abusive? He's saying, I want milk. It's my fucking household. Me and my wife handle it the way
I'm
we
not
handle
saying
it. That's
this
their
act
right, bro.
is abusive, but it primes you to
abusive.
it makes you go, oh, this is normal. I have to appease the master. This is normal, and then
sir.
she becomes an adult.
No, sir. You do not. That's not what I said. It's not because he's in charge. She's also capable of disrespecting the mother. It's just that this is how dad gets his groceries. He doesn't handle it
Right.
directly. His wife handles it. OP got in the way of that. So it's like,
No, I understand everything. I understand why he's mad.
okay.
I'm just saying this is like if you do this, then this happens. Is what I'm saying. Right? Like this is fine. You
okay.
This
for
is
instance,
the family's rule.
In my house, my
Yeah.
dad does the yard work.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's
Part of their
fine.
division of labor. It's pretty normal. Dad handles the lawn.
Okay.
Pretty normal.
Yeah.
In Arizona?
Yes.
Okay.
So different people handle different things.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
No, but it's the tone we're
It's the
talking
tone.
about.
I what's wrong with that tone?
If your dad didn't
Jesus
mow the lawn
Christ.
once, it'd be weird for your mom to
You're-
be like,
it-
can
okay.
you tell me when you don't mow the lawn so I
The
can
tone would be like
figure out how to do gardening
the
or
way
whatever?
the tone he's giving would be like, say if your dad's lawnmower was like put in a different position because your mom needed to get behind the lawnmower to get some box. Your dad would then like this guy. What I'm imagining is he would text your mom and be like, so I got there and the garage and my thing wasn't there, and now that like really, took me back 10 minutes. And then this guy puts people in positions for them to say sorry.
Right. That's what he wants. He wants a sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
don't
know a
think so.
lot of men,
We don't agree.
husbands like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Not a lot, but a few. And I don't like that.
We're not
And I'm-
talking. If this was the mother, I would say the text is inappropriate because those are equals.
But still.
You're a 21-year-old living at your parents' house. You're an adult that's cohabitating with your parents.
He's doing this for the content, so don't get too
No, I'm
worked
not.
up. Yes,
I'm
you
not.
are.
This is what I
see,
really
I
think.
see your smile.
This is what I really think. I'm not. You think I'm lying? This is what I really think. I
Yes.
don't think the dad botched here. I don't find anything objectionable about this text. He didn't call her any names. He didn't say anything insulting. He just said, hey, you messed this up.
So what's like, so do we decide like by the votes or like what do we?
No, we just finally, I think we just agree to disagree. I think
That's-
we've run out of steam. AITA
That's
for
okay.
personally not informing.
That's okay.
My dad, every time we run out of milk, I think that I think OP is not hearing that it's dad's household, and we need to get into a situation where we don't run out of milk.
I'm just going to talk over you because I don't agree with anything you're saying.
Well,
dang.
I'm giving my final opinion.
So I didn't know anything about this podcast, right? So I look it up this morning and I'm reading your reviews.
Oh man, they're kind of triggering, but if you have to, let's do it.
Okay, so like
I hope it's funny at least.
What? I don't agree with Danny.
oh wait, this one's bad for me. Oh wait,
For you.
Did you already do this one? Yes, these people are just 1 star. Yes, these people are awful. Who disses on someone for mourning the loss of their dog? Shrines are acceptable for the loss of anything loved. The simple lack of... No, this isn't what I was trying to do.
Oh yeah, so that was because there was
It's either... So the reason why I'm bringing this up is it's either 1 star or 5 star. Which means it's people who are like, yes, milk daddy. Or like, no, dude. No. Like, it's only
It's
that.
good. You get
so
people
this is
riled
good.
up.
This is good. This is good.
there's always someone who's mad.
Listen, if you don't
about
have haters,
something.
you're not doing
You're not doing it right. And you have a lot of
I
haters.
want to agree with you guys. It's awkward. I feel like we're ending on a negative note where we all
No,
hate
we
each
just
other,
know what
but
type
I
of
just
father
don't-
you will
negative.
be,
It's just
Danny.
like-
We'll just know what type of father you'll be.
But I don't blame you for anything because I truly believe it's like we all believe what we believe is because what we saw growing up and also what we want to change from that.
Yeah.
And if my dad talked like that, my mom would just be like, "Oh, we're getting a divorce, 100%." Like that would just be it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's what I saw growing
I don't
up. So it's like
understand that at all.
because
Yeah, my dad didn't talk to my
because
mom
my
like
dad
this.
didn't like manipulate my mom into like.
So what would you want dad to have said? So he's mad. He wakes up. There's no milk. It's his day off.
But it's not really like the dad.
So what do you want him to say?
Dad feels underappreciated in life and
All the time.
All the time.
He's
And
angry about
So
everything.
we have to address that. It's not about the milk. So there's something else happening in the family that we're not privy to, where dad feels like the only way he can get attention and feel some sort of power is through demanding milk. And it sounds
crazy,
weird.
man. I think he woke up on his day off and he wanted to have some cereal.
He did want to have some cereal.
But he's scary. He gives scary energy.
He is mad because cereal. Why? It's
because
not the
somebody
cereal.
drank the end of the milk.
But Danny, if I woke up and I didn't have cereal, I wouldn't. I have cereal every day, but I wouldn't be mad because I'm happy. I have a happy life. He doesn't have a happy life, which is why he's mad about the cereal. But it's not about the cereal.
He's not mad. He didn't say anything about being mad.
You just said he's mad. You just said he woke up and he was mad.
I was aligning with you, but he didn't express that he was angry. He just said, let me know when you drink the last of the milk.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just going off of what you're saying. You opened that sentence.
We're looping. You guys just read this very differently than me. I don't see anything objectionable about that.
Okay, yeah.
You guys think this dad's a huge asshole?
Yes.
So
you guys are.
I think he's not just an asshole. I think he's.
I think he needs therapy.
Really, he needs therapy, and he's creating like a really dangerous environment for his kid.
Yeah.
Yes. Luckily, the daughter is like opposing to this, so I don't think she's like red pilled or whatever the term is. But like, I could see a scenario where like, if you get used to pleasing the father, this girl grows up, goes to college, and has like a weird relationship with like a man she meets. You know what I'm saying? Like an abusive sort of like, because she feels like that's how you earn the love of the father is through appeasing whatever the fuck he says. Otherwise, he gets mad. And I don't want father to be mad.
She drank his milk, Fumi.
It's not about the milk, Danny. You know that. It's not about the milk.
I think it is about the milk. I'm at YTA.
All right. Well, we're at the... Dad is the asshole.
Dad, yeah.
Dad is the asshole.
Well, guys, this has been fun besides the last part. I'm just kidding. This has been a blast. Plug away. It's been a great morning.
Yeah, please follow me on Instagram at the Fumi Abe. That's TheFumiAbe. I'm also on tour. Probably coming to a city where you're living. So if you agree with the Milk Daddy situation, if you think Milk Daddy's toxic as fuck, come to my show and we can discuss it.
And if you also agree that we're concerned about Danny's future children, follow me on Instagram at Tori, ToriPiskin. Stand-up and videos and all that fun stuff.
Love it. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.